Fuck the Giants.
So, you want me? Do you
The
want me
San
to
Francisco Giants. East Coast.
Do you want me to say the?
Anyway, friends, the reason I call it Blowfish, right? I came off my last project, Starry Night, and then I felt like I made a quality piece of art, but I didn't really but I wasn't able to like I wasn't able to expand it or just take it out and make it bigger, you know. So then I heard the original metaphor of Blowfish from like Breaking Bad when this dude, it was in season 3.
Season 3.
When
best season ever.
Yeah, that's what
I ain't gonna watch it.
Every season was the best season.
So,
I need to watch that show.
It got better as it kept going. But anyway, there was an episode where they were where Walter was breaking down to Jesse how a blowfish like really just is able to like scare off any predators and anybody or any competitors by just blowing itself up and making itself bigger. So I mean, I really wanted to make a project in which I'm blowing myself up and expanding on how good I am.
It's like saying like what I feel like. Well, I get from I haven't heard this on Blowfish, so it's just like, but I get what you're saying like good, and it's like it's known as like little probably people with Blowfish. If you can't fuck with Blowfish, going that motherfucker go whoa.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with it after that, like, but your shit is gonna be different. People don't fuck with it now, probably, and then when you blow up, the same people that are like, yo, you whack. You know, your dick. Like that. That's how it works.
People like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to. I feel like you always have to challenge yourself as an artist to like to just do something new, do something that hasn't been done before, be completely original, and like bring that as like your meal to the plate, to the dinner table or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I did. That's why I felt like that's why I called it Blowfish. I wanted to blow up outside of myself and just take that motivation to like really
the next level.
Yeah, the next level, you know.
Like what inspired you even to start like rapping? Like for real. I know this is like the Blowfish vlog and shit, but I think people want to hear that shit too. Like,
yeah, nah, I can tell you. I've been writing ever since I was little. I was always the kid that would talk too much in class, so the teacher would put me to sit in a corner, literally since like 3rd grade. Don't ask me why. And then, well, I mean, I'm not gonna pay attention in class, bitch. You sat me in the corner. So like, you know, so I was just like, I listened to a lot of rap, so I just would start writing raps, and I was real serious about it up until like I probably would say like my mid-teenage years, and I kind of fell back because there was some artists that came out at the time. Think about, I'm young and immature, so like
that's the best way to live.
Yeah, so there was some artists that came out, and I'm like, oh, they're saying everything I would ever want to say, so I'm good. And then that was. I dropped the pen, then I picked it back up, and then I picked it back up, started rapping, started like doing my thing. So around like probably say like late teens, before my 20s, and I picked it back up, and then I went and I started to cipher with dudes, and I got embarrassed a few times, and that's really what it is. You
gotta get embarrassed.
Yeah, you gotta put yourself out there.
Like we talked about earlier, people counting.
Yeah.
This is like a real thing.
Yeah,
but,
nah, it's real.
But like for real, like we talked about earlier, like if you don't get embarrassed, like people will gonna look at you like, oh, he made this one shit, so I'm expecting this, nothing but this.
Yeah. So when I came back in 2011 to try and started doing this again, a few of my friends from my neighborhood started a group, GMG, Guerrero Media Group. It was a publishing like group, and then they were like taking their music seriously, and I was like, you know what, I gotta do it because you just can't ignore it. Like, I feel like it's a personal calling type shit. So I'm just like, I can't ignore this shit. So
that's what you're really passionate about. I feel like you should do this shit.
Yeah. So I've been doing it and just been trying to get better, all day, every day. I mean, I don't like starting at my last project. I wrote that completely on the train from Brooklyn to the Bronx every day because I had to go to work. I mean, outside of rap, I'm like really into like community activism, doing social shit, like making your neighborhood better. You know,
you about your people, basically.
Huh?
You about your people.
Yeah, like I'm really about that shit. Like that's my day job. Like that's my life. And like the rap is just something I do with it too. Like I got like a 3-step idea of how to make.
That's the best
better.
way to put your music out there too, because if you're with the people, you're not gonna feel like you one of them stupid ass people to be on the corner like, oh, you want yo buy candy? Oh, hold up.
Yo,
here's my mixtape.
Here's my mixtape.
Here's my mixtape for $2.
You're on 4. You can't want me on 4.
Yeah, I got you. Like, yo, it's fire. You're like, no, you're not doing that. How did you get your name, like Roy the Savage? And did you ever have like a name before that?
I did have a real rap name up until the 2011 cycle. And what happened was, the reason Roy the Savage, I got the one of my favorite books ever, novels ever. It was called Brave New World from Aldous Huxley, and it was just like the main character in there was named John the Savage. And all my Lam brothers, they think it's because my ace is Salvaje. No, it's not because of him. You know, I love him. Shout out, bro. LB. But yeah, the main character's name is John the Savage. So then I took, and his whole perspective on the world is really unique because in that book he was he's from the alpha type of people. He's from the people you want to be, but he was raised in a situation where he wasn't in that, just because of like classism and shit. So it's like his whole perspective on the universe and everything was just completely different, and just the way he saw the world is kind of how I felt like I see the world as an artist. So then instead of, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I'm out to be like Roy the Savage, you know? Like John the Savage was a cool guy. I mean, he died at the end of the book.
So you feel like you're like living through?
Well, you know, we all die at the end of the book.
Not like
oh, shit. That was some deep shit. You got that right? That was some deep shit.
Like we all die. Cause you gotta admit, like when you first started, you probably wasn't like your best. Like obviously everybody's like shit.
Yeah, my first song, I was fucking whack. I'm really gonna front. And like, I'll never forget the song. It's a song I've never released, and it's on like one of my computers somewhere, and I'm never gonna say about. But it's on
You know, people gonna ask for that song, right? Just to see.
Eventually.
Yeah, they are like let's say if you like. I don't like.
In years when we swimming in money.
Yeah,
titties are everywhere.
And there's titties everywhere.
It's like one house just full of titties, just dedicated to like naked women. But that's not. We love you, women. That's what I'm trying to say.
Look, he's shooting himself in the foot. Listen, look at him. Look at me.
But
He's digging the hole. Y'all just need to throw him in there.
that coffin better be full of titties. I'm just saying. But besides the point, how did you meet God's gift? When did you actually like link up and like yo, you should do some shit?
Oh, it's like God's gift.
This is all gonna be named the Blowfish like shit, but it's not. It's like has to do with Blowfish.
Nah.
Blowfish shit.
Nah, it's good because God's gift is on 2 songs on Blowfish. So, I linked with God's gift. Originally, my line brother Gilbert Salvaje. You know what I'm saying? The day you came up to Albany, I went to school, University of Albany. God's gift came up to Albany. He was a young boy. Came up, me and him just met, clinked, and the link was through his brother. And then, he told me he rapped, showed me his other stuff. I was telling him stuff I was doing as well. And like, you know, he's highly motivated. I'm super motivated, and that's all we made this link. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.